Well, former President Trump speaking outside a New York courtroom just moments ago. Let's bring you into this during a break in his $370 million civil fraud trial. He had some strong words for New York Attorney General Letitia James. Watch here.
It's just an attorney general that hates Donald Trump and wanted to run for governor, wanted to run for attorney general. And it's a shame. I think she should be criminally liable for this. She's totally out of control. These loans were all good. The banks were extremely happy with me. They still are. We built a great company. We have a company that's very liquid, very strong, great assets. And she sued me because she wanted the publicity to run for office. If anybody's fair about it, you see, this is a case that should have never been brought, and I think we should be entitled to damages.
Bill Hemmer, there's a lot going on there. And this is on the heels of Trump saying that originally he had been given permission to give his own closing arguments. Now, at the last minute, the judge rescinded that approval, right? And it was phrased, we've been talking about this for a while, that it was phrased, depending on which camp you're hearing from, that he was either blocked or prevented or pushed down. And depending how you look at it, you know, one camp is saying, here yet again is someone who is being muzzled. And the other side is, here yet again is this, you know, child being, whose wrist is being slapped. At the end of the day, it protected him legally, and he still gets his time in front of the microphone. What do you make of what he had to say?
I'm not a lawyer. I know you guys are, so I would defer to you on this. But there's no precedent in the state of New York. And that's a problem when you're trying to figure out what is fair ultimately. How you come up with a $370 million figure, I don't know if it stands or not, if it holds up on appeal. Maybe in the state of New York, as blue as it is, maybe it does. But I was looking at some of these properties here in New York. There's 8 of them. You guys would probably name 7 of them. These are substantial pieces of property in New York City and throughout upstate New York. I don't know what happens upon appeal, but there's nothing out here to give us a roadmap for what could come next. We had a gentleman on our show earlier today, and he said the appeals process could go on for years. Now, why is that important? It's important because what Letitia James wants to do is take Donald Trump and his kids out of New York, no longer give them the license to operate as a business in the state of New York. When was the last time that was done? I mean, you're talking about dealing with mob figures here, right? But the conclusion from earlier today from on high is that this could take years before it works its way through the appellate process. And
distilling that down, Kaylee, you know, the Attorney General wants to remove from the New York State economy a prevalent businessman who has employed thousands of people here, more frankly than Letitia James has. He's contributed a lot to the economy. And when you sort of bring that down, you think to yourself, well, all right, so there was Trump's camp arguing this is a victimless crime. The allegations were that he defrauded bank loans. And the sort of question remains, there's been a lot of resources put into this hunt for him. There's been a lot of New York resources, and we are watching the president be the plaintiff, or the defendant in both criminal and civil charges. Like, when is enough? And if this does take years, is this type of exhausting thing that just has no there, and yet we are subjected to it every day?
It is, and let me bring this into the context of the 2024 election, because there's so much at play here. You know, we're watching a courtroom, but what you're watching is the thrust of the 2024 race play out. And this is such a brilliant public relations strategy on the part of Trump, and I have to imagine he's the mastermind behind this. For instance, he requested a closing argument. Now, our brain room here at Fox News says to do that, you'd be a pro se defendant, meaning you don't have representation, and our brain room here at Fox News says it's highly unlikely a judge will grant that request. But he made the request nonetheless. And the judge granted that request with conditions, but ultimately said you didn't meet the conditions, you can't give a closing argument. So what America sees is someone who wanted to speak on their behalf, regardless of the legal nuances and improbability of that, who was not allowed to speak on his behalf. Bring that into another context. Just 2 days ago, you had former President Trump in the absolute immunity defense say they're forcing me out of Iowa and into court. Legal folks would say most defendants in an appellate situation do not need to be there. But he said, you pulled me out of Iowa. This is so brilliant. It's so smart. It plays into his argument about weaponization of the system being rigged against me. And to use this microphone, CNN, MSNBC, every network taking it. Brilliant strategy. Whether it works, we'll see. Very smart.
Yeah, this, I would have to say, is the campaign, right? I mean, even with the primary season, everything is now the general election. All right. The American people have seen all of these charges, the indictments, this dynamic. It's all baked into the nature now. And he has managed, I think, to really set the narrative of what this is, which is the justice system weaponized against him. But beyond him, his argument's always been, they're really after you. I'm just the front here. And this then in the back of Americans' minds and my listeners and people I speak with is, if they're doing this to him, what has been happening to the rest of us? So this then gets moved within that dynamic. So yes, people always underestimate Donald Trump. That is a mistake, and it will continue to be a mistake, and we'll see that unfold for the rest of the year.
Yeah, you were talking about, Bill, what happens with these businesses. Leo Terrell, Legal Eagle, who was on a couple times with me this week navigating the breaking news with us, said that there is some good news for the Trump camp and maybe a victory delayed depending on how things turn out. He said the final chapter has not been written yet. The appellate process plays out and makes that final decision. He said, but in the meantime, his businesses and his money are not in a trust. The kids' businesses are not in a trust. And that's a good thing because nobody can own that stuff right now. They can't just start making movement. And Letitia James, sitting there like a Cheshire cat in court today, she didn't speak before the cameras today. But, you know, they're waiting for that moment to take down the banners and the gold letters on the west side of Manhattan that say Trump Tower and all of that. But all of that sits until that appellate process goes through. And that is a big stripe of fairness in this process. So no matter how hungry people may be for the politics on the other side of this, on the prosecutorial side of this, as they have shown some of their stripes, like Letitia James, the ultimate stripe is that of red, white, blue. The American way is you get fairness before the courts, and that's what's going to happen through appeal.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.